Alrighty, hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cryptic Coil, and in this video, I'm gonna do a pretty epic book haul. Okay, I've done so many of these things, but I have some really cool new stuff, really expanded some collections, and I'm really excited about this. I want to slow down on book hauls and I want to focus more on reading books and doing book reviews and maybe eventually getting into some rankings, stuff like that. Like going forward, that would be my ideal, but this book haul, too good not to upload a video on. So, a lot of these books I found at local thrift stores. Some of them I bought in online hauls. And so this is going to be a pretty long video, just giving you that heads up. So let's go ahead and get into the middle grade books first. All right. So I'm just going to grab the stack. Okay. So I found another Bone Chillers book. Okay, I don't have that many Bone Chillers. I only have a few, but I found a new one called Teacher Creature. And this was really exciting for me. This is book number 6 in the series. The Teacher Creature series was written by Betsy Haynes. It's published by Harper Fiction. I'll just show you that on the spine so you can see that Harper logo. That is a nasty looking cover. And the tagline on the front reads, "Guess who crawled out of the swamp?" Let's go ahead and read the synopsis on the back. Swamp Thing. There's something different about Joey and Nate's new teacher. He wears brown leather suits, his eyes bulge out, and his tongue is long and slimy. But all the kids like Mr. Batracian anyway. Batracian. Anyway, all the kids except Joey and Nate. Joey and Nate know the truth about Mr. Batracian. They know that he's mean. They know that he's creepy. And they know that sixth graders are his favorite snack. Bone Chillers. So scary you'll swallow your tongue. I only have a couple of these things. I don't. Yeah, I mean, this actually does sound like an enjoyable read. Maybe I'll get around to reading it. All right. I think that it was my last book haul. I showed you that I found Cyber Zone #1. I think it was called like The Melting Man or something. I found Cyber Zone #2, Lost in Dino World. And I don't know if I really care to read these or not, but I think that they're going to look good on a certain shelf with a lot of vintage middle grade horror. And so I just went ahead and picked it up because I found it for less than $2 out in the wild. Then I found another Secret Life of Alex Mack books. I have a couple of these. I didn't have this one. This one is called Alex, You're Glowing. And I mean, look at what was her name? Larissa something. Her name was Larissa. She also played in Third Rock from the Sun with Joseph Gordon Scott. Joseph Scott Levitt. Yeah, is that his name? Anyway, yeah, I grew up watching 90s Nickelodeon Snick, Saturday Night Nick. The Secret World of Alex Mack was one of my favorite TV shows. And so when I found this out in the wild, I just simply had to have it. And I don't know if I'm going to read these or not. Probably not. I did grow up loving the show. I loved the actress that played her. She was a staple of the 90s. She's one of my childhood crushes. Just look at her. Look at her on the back. I mean, that's how like I dressed. That's how my friends dressed back in the 90s. That's what kids looked like on TV. And geez, that just takes me back. And this book is in like near mint condition. So very cool. All right. I found another Goosebumps book, and I don't know if I have this one or not. I'm not sure if this book is part of the original series run of Goosebumps, or if it was part of the Goosebumps 2000s, or whatever series it was. But I just found, and I'm sorry, I just need to remove this sticker. I found a copy of The Haunted School. I suspect I already have it, but this one's in mint condition, so I went ahead and picked it up because I figured if I have one that's in less than mint condition, at least I'll have a collector's copy. All right. And this is a duplicate. I found another Shadow Zone book, but when I say another Shadow Zone book, I found a duplicate of one that I already have. I already have this one. I think I only have one or two, and if I only have one, it's this. But this one's in pretty good condition. On the back, the corner is a little bent, but other than that, it's in near mint condition. And then I have, I don't know, did I show this off in my last book haul? I found another copy of Trapped in Death Cave. It's a Bill Wallace novel. I also have an Archway paperback copy, and I found this one, so I'm like, well, hey, if I get around to reading it, this is the one that I'm reading, because I don't want to degrade the quality of my paperback. All right, speaking of Nickelodeon, I found a book called Prank Day, written by none other than Kel Mitchell. Kel Mitchell played on a TV show that I liked called Keenan and Kel. He was also one of the cast members of All That. And, oh, there he is, there he is. There's a picture of him on the back. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, I loved All That, loved Keenan and Kel. I think it's really cool that he wrote like a Scholastic paperback book for kids, and I don't know if I'm going to read it or not, but when I saw that on the shelf, it just made me smile, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me, Kel Mitchell, yeah. So I went ahead and bought it. How could I resist? All right, I found another Adventures of the Bailey School Kids special books, and this one is called Swamp Monsters Don't Chase Wild Turkeys. And I didn't already have this one, so I went ahead and picked it up, and I'm really glad I did, because this is a very nostalgic series for me. I think the last time I read this book, one of these books, I was either in 6th or maybe even 7th grade. But in elementary school, I loved these books, and so did my little brother. When I would go to the Scholastic Book Fair, I'd be buying up Goosebumps in Fear Street. When my little brother went to the Scholastic Book Fair, he was buying these, and I would read them to him. And then after a while, it was like, I'm not reading them to him for him. I'm reading them to him for me. So this series just has a lot of nostalgia for me. All right, and I'm not sure if I featured this in my last book haul or not, because what I do is I set these books aside for my next book haul video. So I may have shown you this. I'm not sure if I have or not. So I just decided to go ahead and include this book and title in this video. Okay, so this is a Mary Downing Hahn book, and it's called The Time of the Witch. And look at that cover. I mean, you have that old lady with the crow on her shoulder, so, she does look scary. And then you have this, young girl, and the young lady, or the old lady, is touching the young girl's hair. They're just, the image is a little bit on the creepy side, right? Let's go ahead and see if there's a tagline on the front. Yes. The tagline on the front reads, "Does Laura dare accept a favor from a witch?" And the synopsis on the back reads, "From out of the shadows, it is the middle of the night, and suddenly Laura is awake, trembling with fear. Just beneath her bedroom window, a strange looking old woman is standing in the moonlight. A big black crow is perched on her shoulder, and she is looking up, staring back at Laura. Her name is Maud, and people say she is a witch. The old woman claims she was a friend of Laura's grandmother and wants to do something nice for Laura. If Laura visits her and brings the 3 things she needs to cast a spell, Laura's fondest wish will come true. With her heart pounding, Laura follows the dark path to a ramshackle old cabin deep in the woods. Little does she know she is beginning the most terrifying journey of her life. Okay, that sounds incredible. That sounds good. I still haven't read a Mary Downing Hahn book, but I just want to see what year this was published, and the copyright page is on the other side. First Avon Camelot printing, September 1991. All right. This sounds incredible, and this came out just a little bit before the TV show Are You Afraid of the Dark came out. And Are You Afraid of the Dark had an episode that was very similar to the Goosebumps book, Be Careful What You Wish For. That's what the synopsis on the back reminded me of. That episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark and that Goosebumps book, Be Careful What You Wish For. I want to read this book now. Okay. So then I found this thing, okay, and it's called Killer Harvest by Christopher Crovaton. And this is, I'm not really as much of a fan of modern book covers, especially in middle grade and young adult horror, but this is a pretty cool looking cover. Look at that silhouette. And the boy looking at what could possibly be a burning field. I mean, that's a cool looking cover. All right, so there is a tagline on the front, and it reads, "There's something very wrong with this town." And on the synopsis on the back reads, "Go inside this maze, and you may never be seen again." So look at that maze. All right, so the synopsis reads, "The town of Gentle Valley takes its harvest festival very seriously. It's an old tradition full of delicious foods, fun activities, and a huge corn maze. Marcus, Chris, and Angie don't live in Gentle Valley. They've been taken there by their parents after each of them did something very wrong in school. At first, they think the town's a little silly. Then the ghosts of dead children start appearing, and real-life children start disappearing." Wow, that sounds fantastic. I'm gonna have to get around to reading this one. All right, then I found 2 copies of this book, and I didn't have it, but I think the Bookubus actually picked this one up in one of her most recent book haul videos, and it's Terror at the Zoo by Peg. I say Carre. Okay, I think other people say Carrot, but I think it's Carre. All right, so let's just see what year this was published. And this is from 1992, and this is in great condition as well. There's no tagline on the front, but look at that girl. She's scared. There's an elephant behind her. This is printed by Puffin, a Puffin book, and this is the synopsis on the back. "It started out like a dream. Ellen Strader received the perfect birthday present, an overnight campout at the zoo. Too bad she had to invite her little brother Corey along, but as night falls, her brother becomes the least of her worries as they discover they're locked in the zoo with an escaped convict who is stalking their every move. Unable to run and with no help in sight, their last chance for survival is Ellen's crazy science project on animal communication. but can they get the animals to help them in time, or will it be too late? That sounds like a good read. That sounds like a good read. I think I got other books there that I would reach for first, but it is nice to add another Peg Carre to the collection. All right. So here's one that I didn't already have, and this is another one of those modern scholastic middle grade horror books. Uh, well, this one's not, might be a step above middle grade because on the back it says teen ages 12 and up, but that Christopher Crow-Vuitton one had it says middle grade ages 8 through 12. So I think that this is teen and up, not quite young adults, but somewhere between middle grade and young adult. All right, and it's called Dead Man's Float by Sean Sarles. A cool looking cover too, like the font, Dead Man's Float. From the author of Mary Will I Die. Oh, I have that book. Haven't read it, but I want to. I think it's about Bloody Mary. I think it's about these kids that say Bloody Mary in the mirror. All right, let's read the synopsis on the back of this book. And, well, first, let's see. What year was this published? No one wrote anything on the inside. I'm so happy. This is a first printing from September of 2023, so less than a 3-year-old book. All right. So here's the synopsis on the back. Sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes it even kills. 9 years ago, Sam watched her best friend drown. The water and the fact that Sam couldn't save her has haunted her ever since. But now she's a swimming champion. The pool is her domain. Nothing bad can happen on her watch, and no one is good enough to beat her. Not even Bailey, the team captain, intent on getting into her head and under her skin with every prank that seems to go further and further. But the water and what lies beneath it can't be tamed. There is a secret in the pool's depths, a ghost ready to resurface. When Bailey takes the team to the abandoned school pool called the Graveyard, reminding them of the star swimmer on the team who had mysteriously drowned a decade ago, a seemingly harmless prank will set off a catastrophic chain of events. It will unleash a spirit, a ghost, that has unfinished business both in the pool and outside of it, intent on finding its killer. The truth can set them free. If it doesn't, pull them under first. That sounds great. Okay. I think it was last year in January, or maybe at the January of 2024. Blumhouse did a film that was kind of like that, and people were comparing it to that one episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, where that nerdy kid found that there was a secret swimming pool at their school, and they had to like fight a water monster. That's kind of what this reminds me of too. I actually do really want to read this, and since it has to do with swimming, this is going to be a summer read. Okay. All right. And I was really excited about this, and oh no, where's my other one? I found another Frightville book. Okay, so I already have Frightville #1. I think it has like a creepy doll on the cover, and every time I go hunting for my vintage middle grade, young adult, and adult horror books, I always find Frightville #1. So much so that I was like, I don't think they ever made any more, but I found this one, and this one is called The Haunted Key. And the Frightville series is written by Mike Ford, and this is book #3 in the series. But I did find #4 as well, and I think I just left it on the bookshelf over there. But I'm super happy that I found this book. All right, so let's go ahead and read the synopsis on the back. Welcome to Frightville, one-stop shopping for all your fears. Sophia buys a skeleton key from a spooky store, Frightville, that promises to open any lock. There's a mystery trunk in the attic of the big old house her dad is turning into a bed and breakfast. Sophia is dying to see what's inside. To her delight, the key works on the trunk, but her joy quickly turns to terror when it seems like something may have been released from the trunk. She hears odd noises in the middle of the night and sees strange things around the house. Is it her imagination, or could it be a ghost? All right, that sounds pretty cool. All right, and then I found these two things, whatever they are. James Preller, Scary Tales, One-Eyed Doll, and that's what the cover looks like. And then I found another one, Scary Tales, Nightmare Land, and that's what the cover looks like. This is a series. I didn't even realize it. This one's a number 4, and this one's a number 5. So I don't know. Maybe I'll find the others out in the wild someday. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get into. Give me a sec. Let's go ahead and get into my young adult books. So in my last video, I showed you that I got me another Carmen Adams book called Song of the Vampire, and I just love the cover on this. But I also said that this one's in like good enough condition to me to be my reading or my collector's copy. So when I got my tax returns, I got on eBay and bought me another book, and I paid less for it. And, it's a little bit beat up, so I now have a reading copy, and I do intend to get to this copy this year. I read her other book, The Band. I did a review on it. Go check that out if you're interested in vampires. But I enjoyed her writing that time around, even though that book was really short and it didn't leave me feeling full, and it just felt like a snack that I wish could have been bigger so that it would be more filling. This one right here, let's see, how many pages is it? Oh, it's going to be more of the same. 153 pages. That's not enough time to tell a fully satisfying story. I'm going to read it anyway, but still. All right. Let me go ahead and have me another drink. All right. So, this is exciting. Okay. I guess I'll start with these two. I found me a vintage copy of The Fog by Caroline B. Cooney. I think there's The Fog, The Fire, and The Snow. I'm not sure which order, but it's a trilogy. I have a more modern reprints, but I never had this vintage original cover. And I got this one now, so I'm really happy, but because it's a vintage original cover, and there's definitely some wear and tear. You can tell it's been read. There's a crease on the front cover near the spine. This is going to be my collector's copy in that modern reprint with a more modern looking cover. It's in mint condition, but it's getting downgraded to a reading copy when the time comes. All right, this is really exciting. Okay, I have 3 Terror Academy books. I only own one. Prior to now, I only owned one Terror Academy book. It's called Spring Break, and it is beat up. I mean, someone beat the living tar out of that cover, which is why it's a perfect reading copy. And maybe when like spring break rolls around, I might get around to reading it. But I found 3 that are in great condition. This one is, they don't say what number, but this one is called School Spirit. And the author of the Terror Academy books is Nicholas Pine. And I love that cover. You know, you got the football helmet and the pom-poms in a graveyard. This looks fun just based on the cover, does it not? All right, so the tagline on the front reads, "Some players are just dying to win." And the tagline, and the synopsis on the back reads, "Terror Academy, welcome to Central Academy. It's like any other high school on the outside, but inside, fear stalks the halls and terror is in a class by itself. School spirit. Ever since the Central Academy Wildcats lost the championship game, the members of the football team have been acting strange, and cheerleader Cindy Prescott thinks there's more to it than just the agony of defeat. But what could possibly have turned the Wildcats, even her boyfriend Todd, into sadistic bullies who viciously terrorize everyone at Central? When several students die mysteriously, Cindy knows it's somehow connected to the team. Someone's not playing by the rules, and if Cindy's not careful, she might be the next loser in a deadly game." That sounds pretty good. Cindy Prescott. What year is this? 1995. That's before Scream, so that's pretty cool. All right. I have another Terror Academy book, 16 Candles. And I know about this book already. I've seen it on like Slime and Slashers. I've seen it on, or Kelsey. She just changed the name of her channel. It's not called Slime and Slashers anymore. But then Cameron Chaney, I've seen it on his channel. I think I might have even seen it on the Bookubus's channel. But I love that cover. And here's the tagline and the synopsis: "You're sweet 16 and you're mine." You know what? I'm actually going to end the video here because this video is half an hour long already. It's 27 minutes. And I think that I should do another video with all of my middle grade, and then I'll do another video with my adult horror books, okay? So I'll, how many did, I only did 4 young adult books. I'll do them again in my next YA horror book haul video. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. Horns up, peace out, and catch me in my other video.